Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is August 8th, Thursday, 2024. So my last video was like a couple days ago. Let me just double check something. Yeah, about 2 days ago at this point, pretty much. Okay. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. Let me get some more of this. Hold on. All right. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna start pulling cards. But I did. Okay. Hold on. One of the keywords for, I guess, today would be, for this video, would be privacy. And it's like, it's weird because I had this dream yesterday. All right. So basically it's like people don't want you to have your privacy or want you to be private. They would rather you live your life, everything about your life, everything you do, everything, like they want to see it. They want it to be out in the open. It's like, I don't know, it's like, it's mostly women too. It's other women don't want you to have your privacy. I know this is gonna sound weird, but like, I'll tell you the dream I had in a second, right? But let me just tell you the message first, right? This is what's coming out. There's like women around you, and you could be a divine feminine yourself, or you could be a divine masculine and there's other men around you. You would have to take it how that resonates. But if you're a divine feminine, I feel like this is specifically for the divine feminines in the collective. There are other women around you that they don't want you to have your privacy. They want you to live your life out in the open, like post everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking, everything that you're saying, talk about everything that you're doing, everything that you're thinking, everything that you're saying, show off everything that you have, everything that you're thinking, everything that you're saying. It's like they just want you to be a constant open book where that they can like look at, scrutinize, judge, criticize, have opinions, form opinions. They want to see everything. My lights just flickered. It's like they don't want you to have your privacy, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with. You are entitled to your privacy. You have a right to your privacy. Your privacy is yours. And it is illegal, not just spiritually, but out here, to infringe on someone else's privacy, right? For example, and I keep getting this thing about, it's everywhere. It's illegal to put cameras in bathrooms, right? So, like, there's something about that, okay? But that's how far, like, they want to be able to impose on your privacy. Like, they want to see what you do in the bathroom, how you use the bath. It's so weird, like how there are women around you, divine feminine, that don't want you to have any kind of privacy. They want to see everything that you're doing, but it's at the same time, this is where it gets annoying, because it's like they want to see everything, but at the same time, like, act like they're not seeing. You know, it's like, oh, look at that, right? Like, they don't want to, I don't know, like, they don't want to seem like they're interested in your life 24/7, but they are, right? It's like that. Like, they want to be able to, like, just look at it, but they don't want to be seen that they want to, like, look at it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's so annoying, right? But you are entitled to your privacy, and what's yours is going to be yours. What stays yours. I just saw 424, and before that I saw 231, and so it's all right. And your privacy, you are entitled to your privacy. You have a right to your privacy, not just legally out here, but spiritually as well. All right, you have a right to keep your energy to yourself, to keep your information to yourself, to your business to yourself, your thoughts to yourself. You're not entitled to share what you don't want to share with anybody, especially if you don't have to share it. All right, that's my point. And there are women around you, divine feminine, or there are men around you, divine masculine. They want you to, like, I don't know, spoon feed them information about you. And that's not happening. That's not happening. Right? There's also been like this delay, not like delay thing, but like it's kind of like delay / procrastination, right? If you're not posting as much, if you're not as vocal as much, if you're not as, I don't know, like maybe you could be taking a break from running your daily errands, right? It's just quiet time. That's the best way I can put it. It's quiet time for the collective. And you are very much entitled to that quiet time. Especially if you've been on the go, like the past year, the past couple months, the past week, the past couple days, whatever. You're entitled to your quiet time. And inside of your quiet time, it's just you, yourself, the Most High God, your family, your friends, whatever. Whatever you want to put in your quiet time, that's perfectly fine. But it's like you being in this quiet time, it's like stressing people out. So I had this dream, and there were like these two women. It's crazy because they're completely different women. Like in the first part of the dream, these two women were much bigger than me, right? And like body mass size, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with whatever. I shouldn't even have to say that. Anyways, they just were, right? And in the dream, like I had to use the bathroom, but like they knew about it. That I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta use the bathroom, right? And so it's like they turned away, but like instead of like leaving the room so I could use the bathroom in peace, they were kind of just like still around there. Like they knew I had to use the bathroom. It's like, you know what? This is kind of like invasive. Let me just get up and go to like a different bathroom, right? So I was like, all right, let me just go to a different bathroom where I have, more privacy to use the bathroom in peace, right? So I found a bathroom and I'm about to use it, and then these other two women, and now these two women were much thinner than the first two women. They were remember the first two women were much bigger. It's like I feel like it's kind of like representing like how much like they just want to like eat at your information, or it's just on 727, like they just want to like indulge in your energy and information about you, and your name and your looks and your business and your whatever it is about you. They just want to like know all about it 24/7, right? And that's not for them to do, not when it comes to you. So anyway, so I went to I found a different bathroom. I was using it, right? And closed the door, whatever. But then these other two women, they were much thinner, and they kept like bothering me and harassing me. And in my mind, I'm like, so if I were to use the bathroom in public, I wouldn't be bothered, but I'm using the bathroom in private, and I'm being bothered, right? So it's like that. It's like, I don't know, people, your quiet time, your privacy, it bothers people. And the fact that you know that you were entitled to such privacy, and you know how to keep whatever is meant to be yours, that really bothers people. It does, right? So maybe you used to be the kind of person that you used to, I'm stuttering, that you used to like say everything to everyone, or like divulge or overshare or overpost or over whatever. And if you're not doing that, it's, you don't have to, and like there's privacy and keeping your privacy. Like there's not privacy, there's peace in maintaining your quiet time, your privacy. It's just a bunch of people that it's like they're getting irritated because like they want to like eat your, I keep getting that metaphor. It's like, so you know how there are some people that with certain eating disorders, there are some people that the reason why they overeat is because they're eating their feelings, right? If they feel sad, they eat, so they don't feel sad, right? Where people who have substance abuse, they do that so to like cover up a feeling, so they don't have to feel that anymore. It's like, but in this situation, it's like eating. But it's like your energy, your life, your business, your thoughts, your words, it's like food for these people that are around you, and if you're a divine feminine, you've got other women around you that it's like they want to feed off of you, and they could have been feeding off you for a very long time, because the first two women, oh, I get it now. The first two women, they were obese, right? So you must have been keeping your life private, or your thoughts, your words, your communication, whatever. You must have been like not doing something as much, or you must have not been doing something as much, because now these two women are like starved. They're starved. Because remember, in the beginning of the movie, oh my gosh, in the beginning of the dream, they were like obese. And then in the second part of the dream, they were like very, very thin, and they were like, they kept trying to like, they had their, you know how like those bathroom stalls, like the bottom of it is like cut off so you can like easily crawl in or out. I just saw 151, right? It's like I'm sitting on the toilet and they kept trying to like put their hands underneath the stall trying to grab me, and I kept trying to swat it away. I just saw 1100 and 1101. I kept swatting their hands away, like, this is like, no, you're not getting in here, you're not gonna grab me, you're not gonna touch me, you're not gonna bother me. So they had no choice but to leave the bathroom. It's like, it could be two women if you're divine feminine. If you're divine masculine, it could be two men. In my dream, it was two in the beginning and then two in the end. It's like there are two women that are being starved from your energy. I just saw yes. They are evil. So you got two women around you that are evil, that it's the less you overindulge in exposing your thoughts, your words, your ideas, your dreams, your wishes, your goals, whatever you're ambitious about, your passions, whatever you're just anything about you. The less you talk about yourself around these two women, or just like in general, because if you notice, like, there are people that just be posting the dumbest things on social media, like things that don't even need to be posted, and I'm not making fun of them because I used to do the same thing too. But like, if you're not, we got the letter M, somebody's first, last, middle, initial name of a word or place. I'm hearing a specific name, but I'm not going to get to that. One of these women, they feel abandoned. They feel like you're not looking for them. They want you to look for them, either spiritually or physically. They want you to reach out to them. They want you to call them. They want you to text them. They want you to they feel abandoned by you, and it's really triggering them. One of them, all right, it's one of the females. But attacking your throat chakra, yeah. It's raining out. It just started to rain. Something is being cleansed and washed away from your energy, or this is something that has been happening gradually the past couple years, the past year, the past couple months, the past couple weeks to days. It's their energy. That's why they're starved now. So let's say these two women were around you. They were able to like eat their emotions, but in this situation, it's kind of like they're feeding off of you, your life, your ideas, your energy, right? Whatever. It's like, it was like they can call you up and be like, oh, what's your thoughts on this, or what are you doing with that, and you would tell them, right? But it's like these women can't do that anymore, or like, I'm getting the feeling that it's not just with you either. It's like with other certain people, they just can't, like, nobody, it's like nobody has the time to just be talking about their thoughts and their feelings every day, all day. And that, you could be one of those people, collective. It's like, I don't have time to just be sitting around here and chit-chatting. I got shit to do. And if I'm not doing things, I'm going to use that time to relax. I'm not going to use that time to talk. Right? They're trying to like grasp at information. Attacking your throat chakra. Okay, yeah. They don't want you to say, if you're saying no to these people, like physically or like out here, or like spiritually, they don't want you to say no. They don't want you to like speak up for yourself. They want you to like not be able to say no. Or like they don't want you to know that you don't have to say everything that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You don't have to speak on your thoughts. You don't have to tell people your business. You're entitled to your privacy. Attacking your throat chakra, when it is blocked, you're shy, arrogant, anxious, lying, and you lack creativity. When it is unblocked, you're able to communicate, express yourself, be a service to the Most High God, and you're able to tell your truths. I feel like these two women were like, they would be like, oh, what's your thoughts on this, or what do you do with this, or whatever it was, right? And it's like, you were an open book to these women or men, right? And it's like they fed off of that. But when you shut that book onto them and starved them out, they're like, just give me an idea, just give me a thought, just give me a feeling, just tell us what you're doing. And they're like paparazzis now. What do you think of this? What's going on with this? Have you thought about this? Or, where do you think you're going on vacation? Or what are you going to do with this? Or, whose outfit are you wearing? Or what design are you? It's weird like that. Like if these people could like see what you're doing and how you wipe yourself in the bathroom, they would. Like that's how invasive they are with your energy. That's not good. Because it's at a, first of all, if you have to be that invasive with someone's energy, that's not pure. That's not genuine. Like, why do you need to know how someone uses the bathroom, when they use the bathroom, and what time they use the bathroom, and where they use the bathroom, and what kind of bathroom they have, and what kind of toilet paper? That's invasive. There's no privacy in that. You can't tell me that you're doing that out of like the goodness of your heart, or because you truly care, or because you're concerned. That's not what that is. No, that's not what that is. All right, you gotta give me a second. Hold on, because my phone is. What's tomorrow? Forgive them. Okay, so whoever this person is that's starving for information on you, to know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, that's what they're starving on, right? That information, that knowledge, that knowing. It's like they felt good when they knew what you were thinking. What is that? Ew, I just tasted something nasty, like I don't know, like rubber? Like burnt rubber? This person's burnt out. Mentally, they're burnt out. Emotionally, they're burnt out. Spiritually, they're burnt out. Financially, they could also be burnt out. So now there were two women in my dream, and one of them specifically starts with the letter M. This could also be, there's also something going on about their money. They could have also getting information about you or relied on information about you for money, right? Also be cautious of someone who's like overly interested in your life, the things that you do, what you wear, where you're going, your ideas, your vacations, who you're friends with. Be cautious of people who are overly invested in your life. It's like, you have your own life. There's no need for you to be so curious and so interested in my life. That's not what's going on with your life, that you don't want to look into it and pay attention to it and nurture it and grow it. 1919. What's going on with your life to where you're so focused and so interested in someone else's life that you would be willing to distract yourself from your own life? What's going on in your life? Ask yourself that, karmics, all right? So whatever's going on in this person's life, they could have also been using your life, using you as an open book to look into your life. Something about Akashic records, they could have also been trying to see what's... Alright, I'm not getting into that. They could have been using your life as you being an open book to them as a distraction from their life. But my whole point is, whoever this person is, whoever these women are, forgive them, because at the end of the day, I'm going to repeat that. There's something going on with their life that they don't want to look at. They don't want to focus on. There's something wrong with their life to the point where if they're so invested and so curious about your life, something's wrong with their life. So it's not you. So just forgive them, because there's something going on in their life. Obviously, has nothing to do with you. It's just, it's very sad. It's like a child who keeps running away from home. What's going on inside of that home, which is their own body, their own temple, their own whatever. What's going on inside of your own home where you keep running away? You're not focused. You're not maintaining it, right? So it's like children who keep running away from home. Like, if your child keeps running away from home, that's because there's something wrong inside of your home, either with your parenting, the home, whoever's inside that home. There's something wrong, right? If your child keeps running away. And it's like this person, they're being, it's weird, because you shut the book on them, you shut the door on them, you shut access to them, and they keep trying to, like, and they're starved. But they have a body. I don't know what they want to do with it, if they're going to do anything with it, but that's not. Anyways, forgive them, because they don't even know what's going on with themselves. They don't even know what's going on with their body, their mind, their heart, their spirit, soul, spiritually barren. That could be it, because they cannot manifest. And I just saw 21, 21, 21, 22. They cannot manifest. They cannot create. They cannot heal. They cannot overcome. They cannot understand. That's what I'm saying. There's something going on with their emotional, their spiritual, their physical, their finances. There's something going on. They cannot manifest. And I feel like one of the reasons why they were blocking your throat chakra, or they could be trying to block your throat chakra, is because the minute you open your mouth, it's like magic comes out, and then magic comes back to you. Magic comes out, and then magic comes back to you. And it's like whatever you say, it just happens. And this person cannot do that. There's also something about, like, they wanted to be able to be the ones, like, whatever you say it to them, and then they take that and, like, repackage it and then resell it as their own. And they cannot do that anymore. They cannot, like, steal from you your ideas, repackage it, rebrand it as their own. They can't do that anymore. And of course, they can't do that anymore, because those are actually your ideas, your thoughts, your values, your morals, your cores, whatever. It was all you. This person they could have actually always been spiritually barren. But they were able to, I'm telling you, these two women in my dream, they were fat. And it's like, I know back then in, like, Victorian era, if women were, like, seen as, like, overweight, right, they were seen as, like, desirable, especially to men, because it's like, well, obviously they're not missing any meals, and they look comfortable, they look warm, right? This is who we want to marry, this is who we want to get close to, because if they're well fed, then they can feed us well as well, right? Look it up. It's like in Victorian era, especially like with royals, right? If you see a fat royal, that royal, you know they're eating good, right? You want to be next to that royal, because they're eating good. They're especially when food was scarce at the time, right? It's like that. They were like, these two women were getting, like, fat and plump off of your ideas, whatever you were saying. And it's like, you probably never had a chance to say what your thoughts were, your ideas were, whatever it was, to, like, the world. It's like they would get to, if you had an idea, they would get to you first, and then they would repackage it, or any advice or any thoughts or any whatever. They would steal it, repackage it, rebrand it as their own. It's like nobody, oh my gosh, it's like Solomon Linda. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. So that song came out in 1909. It was by Solomon Linda, and that song got, like, so much, like, popularity, revenue, like, songs, and it was just, like, so much money was made off of that song. But the guy Solomon Linda, who wrote the song and brought it to popularity, he basically died poor. So poor that his wife couldn't even afford a headstone for him. So poor that 2 of his children died of malnutrition. It's like that. It's like, it's kind of giving me that. It's like maybe these 2 women were benefiting off of your lack of privacy towards them. You were more open or overly exposing your thoughts, your opinions, your ideas, like without you even realizing you were overly exposing yourself to these two women, and they were benefiting off of that, and hoping it got to the point where even at the very end of your life you would be unnoticed, unrecognizable, no revenue, you wouldn't get. It's like most celebrities, right? It's like they all, like the songs and whatever, all that money is made off of it, and they barely get any recognition for it, right? And then the remixes come out, and then like different renditions of the songs, and right? It's like that. So you stopped sharing. You stopped being an open book to the world, to these people, to these women, to these men. You stopped being an open book. And now they're starving. They need ideas. They need knowledge. They need wisdom. They need creativity. They need you to stop talking to the world about your ideas, because the world is now knowing, oh, those ideas are coming from the collective. They're coming from him. They're coming from her. What they want you to do is start telling them your ideas. So if you tell them your ideas first, they can repackage, rebrand it, resell it. Then you tell the world your ideas. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what so-and-so said, right? Well, I mean, yeah, but I was the one that told so-and-so whatever. You know, it's like that. You're not getting credibility. You're not getting credit. You're not getting acknowledgments. You're not getting the proper payout. You're not getting none of that, because you've been selling your ideas, your information, your life, whatever, to these two particular people. So you were not getting acknowledged for what you were supposed to be getting acknowledged for, right? But forgive them, because, I don't know, you have to forgive them because they cannot create. You are the creator. You are the powerhouse. You are source, right? You are connected to source. You are source, right? Obviously not on such God-like, omnipotent level, but you're connected, right? You have that. This person, they're evil. Just forgive them, because it's like they cannot do this anymore. I'm gonna get like 2 more, and then I'm gonna change it. My smile is authentic. That came out. Wow, you looking for a sign is a sign. Yeah. So these 2 cards came out. My smile is authentic, and you looking for a sign is a sign. So if you had an inkling about what was going on in your energy, especially when it came to 2 particular men or 2 particular women, whether or not you did the right thing when it came to 2 particular people in your life, this is a confirmation that you did the right thing. By you closing that book on, it could be 1 person, for some of you it could be 2 people. In my dream it was 2 people. For some of you, it could be 3 people. It could be a group of people. Whatever, right? But you definitely did the right thing by closing that book on these people. And it's like, once you've closed that book, you're happier than ever. You're truly happy, right? And one of the best realizations in this world is that you are entitled to your privacy. Don't let anybody tell you you're not entitled to your privacy. You absolutely are. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, whatever. You are entitled to your privacy. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. Alright? I'm also hearing freedom is power. So you could be very free. You're free from this. You freed yourself from this. And you could be realizing how happy you are, how peaceful you are, how freeing you are. They've been cleansed from your energy. These 2 people, they were like, I remember in the second part of the dream, I was in the bathroom stall, and they kept like grabbing underneath the bathroom stall, and I kept swatting their arms away. And at one point I started laughing, because I'm just like, this is so comical how you're really trying to like invade my privacy while I'm in the bathroom in the toilet stall. You're invading my privacy. And for some reason that is so funny to me, how you would stoop that low to follow someone in the bathroom and try and peek, right? And trying to see what they're doing in the bathroom. Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And like, if you can't even like do that out here physically, right, what makes you think you can do that spiritually as well? Now, if that's illegal out here. Like, why would you think it's okay to do that spiritually? Well, if it's spiritual, it's not the same. No, you're right, it's not the same. It's worse. Because I don't have... You may not see the protection I have out here physically, but spiritually, it's free game for whoever and whatever is protecting me, right? That's what that is, collective. So you got some serious protection spiritually. It's like, whoever wants to invade your privacy spiritually, they're basically whatever angels, ancestors, spirits of the highest white light, not so white light, whatever's protecting you in that realm, I don't know, may God have mercy on their soul, because that's free game for them. And on top of that, these people, they're spiritually barren. They cannot manifest. So you can't manifest. You cannot create. You don't have that magic. And you think you're going to, like, invade the collective's spiritual energy. Like, it's just, like, it makes no sense. So, I don't know, like, whatever angels, ancestors, spirits of the highest light that's on my team, have at them, right? Do what you want to do what you gotta do, because that's not my business, right? I'm also hearing the police have already been called. So they could be getting, like, caught up spiritually. That's what I'm saying, like, you gotta be careful who you're trying to attack or invade spiritually. Just because you may not see it physically out here doesn't mean it's not there spiritually. And if you go through that spiritual route and try to attack someone spiritually, whatever is protecting that person, it's basically, I'm seeing it as, like, for example, right, your spiritual team, they're like, I just saw 3223, where they kind of like break or whatever, eating chicken wings or whatever, right, just hanging out. And then the alarms start going off. And they're like, oh, what? Okay, it's time. It's go time. All right, let's go. It's like that. It's go time. You know how, what was that scene? It's, Modern Family, right? There was a scene in Modern Family where Cam and Cam heard somebody, no, that's Mitchell. Mitchell heard somebody, like, he thought somebody was breaking into their house. And he's like, oh my God, Cam, wake up. Someone's, like, breaking into the house, right? And Cam woke up. He grabbed the bat. He was like, it's go time. And he went straight to their daughter's room and was just like he was about to throw down. That's how your spiritual team are. Like, the police have been called. Like, whatever's on your side, like, it's go time right now. And that's why I'm just like, I don't understand. If you're not spiritually protected, why are you bothering someone who is spiritually protected? Complicated on the fence. So this person got themselves in some sort of mess, and they're kind of stuck in it. They don't know how to fix something. It could have been an idea that they were taking from you. It's kind of like, it's giving me like, this is just an example, right? If you were writing a song or like a book or a movie or whatever, if you were writing that and this person was like stealing it verse for verse, chapter for chapter, script by script, but then you just stopped. Like either 85% of the way or halfway, you just stopped, right? That was like God intervening in some weird way, however God does it, the Most High, praise the Most High God, amen, right? However he does it, because it's like this person was stealing it, like word for word, script by script, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, whatever, right? So it's like if they were doing that and then like selling it and repackaging it, rebranding it, everyone's like, okay, well, where's the rest of the song? Where's the rest of the movie? Where's the rest of the book? Where's the rest of whatever, this idea, this project? Where's the rest of it? This person's like, oh, well, I'm just taking a break, or I'll get back to you. And it's like, it's been so long now. The longer you put off finishing a project, that it's like, this person can't finish that stolen idea, that stolen project, because you're not finishing that. So if you're not finishing that, they can't finishing it off. And it's like, if they, like with book deals, right? You bring a book to the publisher or whatever, and then they give you an extension, and then you have like 6 months to finish the book, right? And then the book is finished, and then you publish it, whatever. It's like, this person has passed that 6-month mark, and it's already been like 7 months or like 10 months, and now the publisher company, they want their money back, because it's like, we invested in this project that you came to us with, or this song, or this script, this movie, and we're not seeing, like, you're not finishing it. This person did something like that, like an idea, a project, a movie, a book, a script, or whatever, and they got themselves in some sort of mess. It's like they were stealing something from you, and it was benefiting them. They cannot finish it, and they also have no idea how to finish it. They don't have the ideas. So if you were writing a song or a movie or a book, and it's like a very particular idea, very particular whatever, and they were like trying to pretend it was theirs and selling it, blah, 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 right? They don't even like have the faintest idea of how, I don't know, the plot works, the song works. And if they were to try to finish the song themselves, it wouldn't make sense. It's not going to be the same, or it doesn't feel the same, or it's just like, are you sure you wrote this? Because it's this, I don't know, like the lyrics aren't matching the first couple lyrics that you wrote, or like, I don't know, the ending of this movie script, it's just not, I don't know, are you sure you wrote this? Are you feeling okay? It's like making them look, I don't know, like, are you sure you wrote this book? Like, the first half of the book is amazing, wow, but the second half of the book, it's just not, I don't know, why don't we just hold off on this, right? It's like that. They did something and they can't finish it because you kind of just stopped. You stopped giving them ideas. You start guiding them. You start putting your stuff out there. You whatever it is that you stopped. This person's stuck, and it's a very complicated mess that they got themselves involved in. It's very, very complicated. They don't know. This mess is like a maze. That's not your business, though. Like, oh, you stole this idea from me? Okay, whatever, I forgive you. Let me just keep on moving on. Alright, whatever. They stole something from you because they cannot create. So now they're like trying to like grasp at ideas, or trying to like take from you, like, give me the last verse, or give me the other parts of the script, or give me the last chapters of the book, or whatever. Forbidden reverse. Somebody wanted you to feel like something was forbidden. It's not. You're entitled to your privacy. Your privacy is set in stone. Everybody is entitled to their own privacy, right? I feel like this person wanted to make you feel like saying no, and that you had to be an open book, that you had to share, and you had to tell them this, and you had to be honest at that, and like your thoughts are not your thoughts, and your opinions, and you had to share. Somebody wanted you to make you feel like that was like your thoughts are their thoughts, your ideas are their ideas, like you have to share, like it's only right, like we're friends, aren't we? Or like, I'm your boss, like you should always come to me if you have any new ideas. Or like, I'm your parent, you have to tell me everything. It's like, first of all, I'm like, you could be like 25 or in your 20s or something. Like, you're a whole adult. Why do you still have to ask someone for permission on an idea? Or that's just an example, right? But my whole point is, something is not forbidden to you. Your own ideas, your own thoughts, your own privacy, that's not forbidden to you. It's not. You're entitled to that. That's not. Somebody wanted you to make you feel like, oh no, these are like, your thoughts, like, it was like taboo to keep, I just saw 3939, like, to keep your thoughts to yourself, or your ideas to yourself, or like that you had to overpost, or that, you know, it's, you know, are you normal if you don't post your thoughts every day? It's like that. It's there's also something about social media, like, you were weird if you didn't post. Like, people are weird if they don't post what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Like, no, it's weird that you have to. Like, who are you trying to, like, get validation from? Or who are you trying to, like, impress if you have to post all day, every day, what you're doing? Every activity, every thought, every idea. That's how this happened. That's exactly how this happened, right? People were relying on you being a constant open book, an open well for them to feed off of and drink out of, right? That's what they want. They couldn't, there's no well, an overflowing well within them. You were that overflowing well within yourself. That's why they don't want to look within themselves. That's why they're always trying to, like, run away from home, right? Because they don't like what's inside of their body, their mind, their spirit, their mental, their emotions. They don't, there's nothing there for them. There's nothing inside of their home for them to go home to. That's why they're always trying to run to you, collective. Right? Your home is warm. Your energy is warm. It's welcoming. It's overflowing. It's nurturing. That's your energy. They want that. They need that. And without that, you close that book, you shut that well, and now they're starving. It's not your problem. Hold on. Hi, my love. I knew it. I heard you. Hi. How are you? Yes, you can have them. Yes, baby. Pretzel. Yes. We have the 2 of Wands. So I feel like whatever complicated mess that they got themselves involved in, they're trying to figure out how to get out of it with the 2 of Wands upright. You can know exactly who this person is. This person could be trying to do something to get you to, like, reach out to them. You have no business reaching out to them. Why? Why would you? For what? There's nothing in that for you, collective. They keep messing around in your energy. They need to. 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is a very petty person. Very jealous, very petty. The reason this jealousy comes from not being able to do what you can do, right? Like, the best way I can put this, like, on a bad day is still good for you. There's a quote that said, I bet on my weakest, no, it says, I bet it bothers you that even at my weakest, I am still stronger than you. And it bothers this person. That at your weakest, you are still stronger than them. Right? You are still creating. You are still more vibrant. You are still shining. You are still tapped in. Even at your lowest. Even when you weren't vibrating as high as you could be, as you're vibrating now at these days. Even when you weren't vibrating in your highest north node, you were still shinier, vibrant, open, like powerful than this person. Even at your lowest, you're still powerful than this person. I keep feeling like there's something in my throat. Hold on. Alright. So yeah. It's very difficult for this person to try and bully you into giving them what they want. Because in the second part of the dream, they kept trying to like reach under and just like they couldn't see. They were just like aimlessly trying to grab. I just saw 44, 47. They were just like aimlessly grabbing, snatching, and I kept swatting their hands away, and I was like laughing because I was just like, this is so ridiculous that you really like you really tried to follow me in the bathroom and you're trying to like take my ideas while I'm in the bathroom on the toilet. Like, that's how desperate this person is. Now notice there are two, but there's one particular out of the two that's coming out most, right? I'll figure out why that is, but for the most part, this particular woman, it's very difficult for her to like try and bully you and get what she wants and steal, and she just can't create anything. I don't know. This is somebody who like they get what they want by bullying people. This is like a bully, and it very petty bully. And it's weird because this person is finding it very difficult to bully somebody like you when you're truly happy and you have all the signs and you have no problem saying no, and you know that nothing is truly forbidden to you, like your privacy, like you're entitled to your privacy, you're entitled to say no, you're entitled to stand your ground, you're entitled to keep your thoughts and your ideas to yourself. Like, you can do that. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not forbidden to you. You don't have to share what you don't want to share. You don't. Absolutely not. Right? This could be an idea, a project, or even like a bag of Doritos. I don't want to share my chips with you. Well, why not? Because I don't want to. That's it. No is no. That's it. Too bad, so sad. I don't care. Oh well. So it's like this person, how can you bully somebody like that? Who knows? I just saw 4656. How can you bully somebody who knows that they don't have to do what you tell them to do? How? I already know that I don't have to. So how are you going to tell me that I can, or that I have to? So again, forgive them because they're going to keep trying. But forgive them. Oh, you just tried to do that again? Okay, I forgive you. Oh, you just tried? I forgive you. Oh, you just tried? I forgive you. Oh, you just tried? That's okay, I forgive you. Just forgive them and keep being your happy Seven of Wands, standing your ground, listening, following the signs, right? Listening to God, knowing that your boundaries are okay to have. You're entitled to your boundaries. Keep being that way. How can you? That's the thing too. Yeah, the devil reverse. Yeah, you detached from whoever this person is. I gotta cover their bodies up. Yeah, the devil reverse. You detached from whoever this person is. This person is obsessed with the fact that they cannot bully you. They want to bully you so bad, and it's just like, again, how can you bully someone that cannot be bullied? Because at the end of the day, I don't care about you trying to make me feel bad because I don't feel bad. What for? What? What am I gonna feel bad about? You're having trouble with your life? Okay. That's your life. Well, that's not fair because your life, again, my life is my life. Don't worry about my life. Worry about your life. If you weren't so worried about my life, you wouldn't want to be running away from your life so bad all the time. And that's another thing. Like, what is going on with your home that you keep wanting to run away from it and focus on someone else's life? That's because you're spiritually barren. You cannot, there's nothing in your home that's comfortable, that's cozy, that's warm and welcoming. It's like this person may not even be warm and welcoming to themselves, but you want to be around someone who's warm and welcoming to themselves. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't. You don't love yourself, but you want to be around someone who loves themselves. And it's not even to love them. You just want to be around that love to benefit off of it. But it's not for good intentions, for genuine intentions, because at the end of the day, this person's evil, right? They only want to be around that love to benefit, to take from it, to steal from it. And in the beginning of the dream, those two women, they were obese, they were fat, they were big. They were benefiting off the love that you had for yourself or that you had around you. But it wasn't because they loved you. It was because that love is magic. They were benefiting off of your magic more than you probably were benefiting off of yourself, until because you kept that open book, that open well. They were feeding, taking, and drinking and eating, happy, plump, fat, right? Being well, living well, happy, merry, right? But you closed that well on them. You put the lid on it. You shut that book. And now they're starving for that love. Not because they have love for you or the love for themselves, because you just have it around you, within you. It's for you. They want that love, right? That could be, and that love, it branches out ideas, manifestations, gifts, abilities, abundance, nurturing, home, peace. There could also be something about your home here. It's like they're starving. They're starving. You have what could feed them, but you know you don't have to feed them. They're not your babies. They're not your children. They're not your friends. They're not your family, your coworkers. Nothing. You don't have to give love to people you don't want to give love to. You don't have to. Right? And they can be like, oh, well, God loves everybody. Okay, so that's God. But nothing, God's not telling me to give you my love. No. My love is for people that, love and care about me. My love is not for a bunch of parasites to feed off of and then just call it a day. That's not what that's not what your love is for, collective. It's like these women or these men are starving without your love. Let them starve, right? Let them eat cake, right? We have the Four of Wands. Didn't I just say that there was something about your home? There's something about your home here. It could just be whether you live in your car, an apartment, a building, a hotel, a house, a log cabin, whatever. It's like wherever you are, it's like, what's that saying? Home is where the heart is. You are home. Wherever you go, you can make that into a home. You are, because it's in your heart, the love. Home is where the heart is. They want to go to you. They want to be around you. It's like you're, not only that, but you're celebrating, you're at peace, you're comfortable, right? You're relaxing. You're having quiet time. Remember in the beginning of the video, I talked about you being able to be in this quiet time. And that really bothers them. That bothers them. They also want to know if you're with anybody, who you're with, what you're doing, who you're doing it with, what you're saying, who you're saying it with, who you're saying it to, what you're saying to them, what they're saying back to you. It's very invasive. Very, very invasive. And they need to stop. She's just living her own life. She's good. 10 of Wands. That's interesting. What's going on with the 10 of Wands? Hello, my love.
Look.
What happened? Better?
Look.
You're welcome.
Papa.
She's so funny. Alright. 10 of Wands. What's going on with this 10 of Wands? One thing I'm getting, I'm going to clarify this 10 of Wands, but one thing I'm getting is that every time they try to come towards you, it just makes it harder for themselves. Like, it makes... It's like they have to... Think of it like... The way I see it is like their life is like these rods, right? And it's like every time they come towards you, these rods get heavier and heavier, and it's like they have to push around their life, and it's just like it makes it weighs on them, right? The weight of the world gets heavier and heavier on them every time they try to bother you, every time they try to do something, every time they try to come towards you. It's like it gets heavier and heavier. I don't know what that is, like themselves, right? Like if they're gaining weight, or like their mind is weighing heavy on them, their heart is weighing heavy on them, their debt is weighing heavy on them, their freedom. It's just like they're feeling like they can't ever stop pushing these heavy ass wands. Like they can never look past them, look through them, be free of them. It's like it's such a burden to try and come towards you, but they're doing it to themselves. Let me get something for the Ten of Wands. Seven of Wands. I did mention that I did see the Seven of Wands earlier about your protection, right? Because I said Seven of Wands, your protection. Yeah, you're protected. I'm telling you, the more that they try to do this, that's what I'm saying. It's like your spiritual team, they're like on break or whatever. They're eating chicken wings or just like hanging out, shooting the shit, whatever, blah, 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 right? And it's like this. As soon as this person enters, all the alarms go off, and they're all like, "All right, it's go time. Let's go, right? Throwing down the chicken, throwing down the juice, throwing down the water. All right, let's go. Break's over. Let's go. Wrap it up. Let's go. It's go time." And they're all just like ready to go. That's why it's like whoever these people are, they need to stop because you're not unprotected. You're very much protected with the Seven of Wands here. Your legacy, your home, your boundaries, your privacy, your freedom with the Devil reverse, right? You've unchained yourself from something. Your freedom, that's what I'm saying. There's freedom and power. Power, right? I said that earlier. Your freedom, your clarity, your home, your celebrations, your life, your boundaries, you being able to say no, stand up for yourself verbally, that's all protected. That's all protected. And it's like it's burdening them. It's torture to this person. It's like everything in their life is getting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. And it's like they literally feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulder. And it's like they cannot get up and fight. And even at your weakest, you're stronger than them. So that's that. Let me get one more card and then I'm going to close the reading. Alright. Let me get one more card. And then I will close the reading. Knight of Cups on the fence. So if this person, one of their plans, I don't know, they have this plan to try and offer you something or to come towards you, offer you friendship or love or whatever like that. But it's like, I don't know, like, they're gonna like bully you into taking an offer or bully you into like being their coworker, their friend, or being, I don't know, there's something about bullying behind this. But it's like they don't know how to come towards you and offer you something because everybody knows spiritually that they only want to come towards you because they cannot create. They don't mean it. They just want to be able to feed off of it. Right? They want to be able like, oh, so what idea do you have today? Okay, so then they'll write it down. They'll take it. They'll repackage it, rebrand it, resell it as their own. This person they're trying to figure out a way how to come towards you and like present you with something that you will want, you will accept, you will take. And it's like the universe knows what you have to offer is no good. It's no good. It's not going to do anything for the collective. What you have to offer is not to benefit the collective, right? It's not to help them grow. It's not to help them learn. It's not to help love them. And it's not an equal give and take. It's not like that at all. And it's like every time this person tries to come towards you with some weird attempt to offer you something false, fake, and phony, it leaves them burdened, stressed out, overwhelmed, right? And it's physically weighing on them. This person could be gaining weight too, but that's neither here nor there. Or they could just be feeling like sluggish or bloated or like just... This person has something on their back. You know the movie... There's this movie. It's a great movie. It's an old movie. It's called Shutter. And in the movie, spoilers, right? If you haven't seen it, if you want to see it, spoilers for the movie Shutter. It's like an old movie, right? And it's this guy, he's like a photographer, and he got married, and then they moved to Japan because that's where his work is. And his wife starts getting haunted, and throughout the entire movie, this guy, I talked about this movie before in my readings, this guy, he's like rubbing his shoulder because it's like, he's having like shoulder pain throughout the entire movie. And at one point in the movie, he goes to the doctors, he gets weighed, and they take his weight, and it's like the nurse couldn't believe it because it's like it weighed him at like 340 or like maybe 450, and there was no way, like he weighed more than like maybe 250 pounds, right? Even the nurse was like, oh my god, there's got to be something wrong with the meter. Anyway, so the wife is getting haunted by the spirit, blah 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 blah. Later finds out that her husband did something very foul to his ex-girlfriend, whatever, right? But that's not what this is. My point is, the only thing I'm bringing up is that in the ending of the movie, it showed the reason why the man had such bad shoulder problems and back problems and neck problems, and the reason why when he got on the scale it weighed like 300 over the pounds or whatever, is because at the ending of the movie, when his picture got taken, it showed the dead spirit hanging on him, and it was attached to him. She would not let go. There's something on this woman that will not let go, that is driving this woman to obsession because you closed that well on her. You closed that book on her. And whatever that is, it's not going to let go of this woman. So you definitely did the right thing on closing that book, that well, that chapter. You did the right thing. And if you're wondering if you did the right thing, again, you looking for a sign is a sign. Absolutely. Because there's something on this woman's back. It's not going to let go anytime soon until this woman is ready to drop it. Because at the ending of the movie, too, the man, he ended up going insane. That spirit was attached to him like it was the love of her life. And it was. Alright, so this is a reading. Hope it helps. Bye.